aquatic commodities, fruit and dairy products. Likewise, China's Ministry of Commerce announced adding a group of U.S. companies to its export control list, while taking a U.S. corporation to its list of unreliable entities. The latter will be analyzed as a case to be presented before the World Trade Organization. In this context, a spokesperson for the Ministry of Commerce ensured the Trump government does not respect the rules of international trade, as it has imposed 20% levies of Chinese imports as of Tuesday. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced that he will impose tariff of 25% on the United States in retaliation to the ones applied by the Donald Trump administration. Through a press release, Trudeau explained that the measures will be applied as of March 4, with tariff of 25% against $155 billion of American products. The Prime Minister urged the U.S. administration to reconsider its tariff and said that Canada will stand firm in defense of its economy, its jobs, and a fair deal. Trudeau also stated that he is in talks with Canadian provinces and territories to apply various non-tariff measures to the United States. U.S. President Donald Trump temporarily suspended military aid to Ukraine until his Ukrainian counterpart, Volodymyr Zelensky, commits to peace negotiations. Local media reported that the president met with his cabinet to take several measures against the Kiev regime, which included the suspension of all military assistance to the country. This follows President Trump's statement that Ukraine must become more committed to peace. This also follows a meeting between the two leaders in Washington, in which the U.S. leader concealed the signing of the rare earth agreement with Zelensky, stressing that the Ukrainian president will not be welcome back at the White House for what he described as a lack of gratitude for U.S. assistance and his disrespectful behavior in the Oval Office. Welcome back. In Australia, authorities warn Queensland residents of a cyclone approaching the coast in the next few days. According to the Australian Bureau of Meteorology, tropical cyclone Alfred, with sustained winds of 95 km per hour, is expected to make landfall north of Brisbane on Thursday night or Friday morning. Queensland Premier David Crisafulli has urged residents to be responsible in the face of the cyclone's threat. In a related development, hundreds of residents in Brisbane and surrounding towns bought sandbags in anticipation of possible flooding. We go now to Indonesia. Heavy rains have caused the Siliwund River to overflow its banks, causing heavy flooding that has forced the evacuation of more than 1,200 residents of South and East Jakarta. Muhammad Johan, head of the Data and Information Center of BPBD Jakarta, reported that there are 11 evacuated sites from 4 sub-districts. Prepared food boxes, children items, bottled water, blankets, and family kits have been provided at evacuation centers. On the other hand, flooding has occurred in 224 households in Rawajati, with water levels varying from 50 centimeters to 1.5 meters. He also assured that critical resources for the affected residents remained sufficient. And in Japan, nearly 5,000 acres have been burned by the forest fires that broke out a week ago in the city of Ofunato, where 1 person is reported dead and 84 homes and buildings have been affected. Some 90 firefighters from Iwate Prefecture itself, where the city is located, and 2,016 personnel from 542 fire departments in the rest of the country are working to extinguish the blaze. Air and ground efforts have been underway with 19 helicopters, including 10 from the Self-Defense Forces, continuing to spray water as the fire and smoke spread over the mountain and the town for a 7th day. More than 1,150 homes and 800 houses have been affected by water and power cuts, and an evacuation order remains in place for some 4,600 residents of the area. The Chinese government will impose 10 to 15% tariff on agricultural products from the United States. The Chinese Ministry of Finance decided to impose a 15% buy on U.S. imports of chicken, corn, and wheat, as well as a 10% tax on imports of pork, beef,